darcy@thedoulardarcy.com. You also can pop your questions here in the chat. I will try to answer them as they come in. Oh my God, Yvette is here. Yes, you need me hanging out in your head. Yes, you need a little pump up after the main retreat. This is going to be perfect for you, Yvette. It's good to see you. So if you have questions, put them in the chat. Like I said, I will try to get to them as we go. If I miss it and don't answer it, like copy it and paste it at the end, I have time for questions at the end. So let me just hit record. And then let me share my screen. I am so excited to hang out with you guys. Tell me if you are birth doulas, postpartum doulas. What's the mix here? Both. Let me move this over to the side just so I can get. Wait a minute, Lindsay Hitchens, Somersworth, New Hampshire. You're 10 minutes away from me. That's so cool. All right. Both. Student in a to be a birth doula postpartum. Okay, this is good. Hi, Mari Carr. Meredith is from Richmond, Virginia, recovering. Oh, hey, Christina. Christina says she's a recovering birth doula. Well, that is what we are talking about. We are talking about earning more money, working less hours, falling back in love with your doula work. This whole presentation is geared towards avoiding doula burnout. So I am really excited because this is like my new passion project. There's so many amazing doulas in the world. I was just in Seattle at the Doula International Doula Summit. It was an amazing experience, but there was just a common theme from these doulas that they're tired. So the level of expertise, the level of compassion that I saw in that room and that I see every day on Zoom as I'm talking to doulas, we can't let that expertise, that experience, that passion, that nurturing, we can't let that leave the world. I'm going to sneeze. Woo. We can't let that leave the world. So we need you all. Thank you, Sarah, we need you all staying in birth work. I have a feeling that this sweater I haven't worn in a long time and it's going to just make me sneeze this whole time. Okay, so we are here to do my favorite thing, and that is to teach doulas how to grow their businesses in ways that light them up without burning them out. So who is ready? I'm going to show you how to stop trading all of your precious hours for dollars so that you can protect your passion for doula work. I'm going to, by the end of this masterclass, show you how to design a hybrid doula business model that gives you more freedom and more income without you having to leave this doula world that you love. I mean, don't you love it? We have the best job in the world. All right, Lauren is ready. Lindsay is ready. Jasmine is ready. I love it. So stay with me until the end because I'm going to be telling you about a way that you can get access to this new bundle I created. It's called the Doula Passive Income Kickstart Bundle. Takes all the overwhelm out of adding passive income to your doula business. So stay tuned. I'll share more about that at the end. And if you're like me, you love multitasking, and I'm going to beg you to not. While we're together today, I want you to get the most out of this. I want you to maximize our time together. So please just turn off all your distractions. Close your office door, turn your phone notifications off, and just be with me. Be with all the awesome doulas who are here in the chat. Interact with each other in the chat. Get some doula mojo going. So if you don't know me, I am the doula Darcy. This is me with my 3 kiddos who are just huge and old. I feel like they were just born. Before they were born, I worked in advertising and marketing for 10 years. And then after they were born, probably like a lot of you, my birth and postpartum experiences is what led me to eventually become a postpartum doula in 2010. And I replace my corporate income quicker than most people do as a doula because I had that background in marketing and that really served me well. So I have run a thriving postpartum doula business now for 15 years. It's an agency now. I'm running the agency and I have doulas working for me who handle all the day-to-day clients. And I spend all my time doing this, helping doulas. Um, so I love sharing what I know and what I have learned with you to fast track success for you as a doula. So this is me back in 2010 when I started my postpartum doula business. I was so chomping at the bit to get out and help new moms. I just wanted to make it better for them. I wanted to save them from having the horrible experience I had. So in 2010, my neighbor had this baby, and I begged her to let me take this photo to put on my website. I threw on my new polo shirt that had my logo on that I made on Vistaprint and snapped these photos. And so this little guy, he's a junior in high school now, and I can't even stand it. But this is me when after I had just had 3 babies in 4 years of my own. I had postpartum anxiety, I had postpartum depression, I had 3 C-sections in 4 years. I mean, that alone is just awful. And I quit my marketing job in a panic because I was having intrusive thoughts that if I dropped my daughter off at daycare, she would die, to the point where I literally quit my job the night before I was supposed to go back in a complete panic. And then eventually trained to become a postpartum doula and have never looked back. And so that was 2010. And then in January of 2016, a doula friend of mine told me about Kate Northrup and her 21-day Money Love Challenge. It was this free challenge experience. I was so intrigued by her saying that you could make a life and not just a living. And I was like, what the hey ho? Like, what? I had never heard anyone talk about abundance in this way. I'd never heard about like that you could design your life. I thought we were just on this treadmill of working till we die. And after doing this challenge with her and getting her emails and following her on social media, I became obsessed with the idea of working from home and having location freedom the way Kate did. So my passion for doula work quickly merged with this new dream of mine to have a business that gave me location freedom, time freedom, and financial freedom. I just had to figure out how to do it. So in 2017, after that, I joined B School with Marie Forleo, if you've ever heard of Marie Forleo. And then I worked with Amber Lillistrom and her Brand and Biz Academy. And I was starting to build this online business where I was helping moms online with digital courses for moms, new moms. And then in 2019, I was like, I knew I had to do something big. This is me with Kate Northrup because she hosted a mastermind that year. I almost had a heart attack putting $11,000 down on my no interest credit card to join. And it was amazing. And it truly changed my life. Getting to meet Kate, who started this all off for me, was amazing. And so and then after that, I did Digital Course Academy with Amy Porterfield. I've been one-on-one coaching with Amber Lillistrom for 3 years. So I have learned from all the online business experts. I joined the groups where other people were building online businesses. And I just realized if they can do it, I can do it. So I hired the coaches, I took the courses, I learned what I needed to do. And that is what moved the needle for me. So that was in 2017 when that all started. Since then, I've invested thousands and thousands of dollars in coaches and programs to learn everything. But now I'm doing it. I can work from wherever I want. I'm earning more than I ever had before, and I'm helping more people than I ever had before. This was me in December of 2021. We were able to take, as a family, a 2-week vacation around Christmas in Costa Rica. And this is a picture of me where I would work for a couple hours every morning while my teenagers slept. And I was just like, this is it. I am in Costa Rica running my business. Um, I put this photo in because this is also the trip. So this was December of 2021. We came home and my daughter went to a New Year's Eve party at home and got COVID, and then it cycled through all five of us. So like we were it quarantining in our house for 2 months while it cycled through all five of us. That's when my hair went silver. So this is like my last photo of me with a full head of brown hair. So but between that and running my business from Costa Rica, I just love it so much. So fast forward to today, the hair's all gray, but I can work from anywhere. I tripled my corporate salary. I work less hours in a day than I ever have before, and I am helping thousands and thousands of more people than I ever have before. It sounds too good to be true that you can work less, earn more, and have a bigger impact. But I'm here to tell you that that is true. And everything changed for me once I shifted my mindset to allow this to be possible, to believe that this was possible for me. And then I had to put in the work. But that first shift came from shifting my mindset. And that's what you're all here doing today. So now I'm obsessed with helping other doulas do the same thing, build businesses that give them the financial freedom, financial independence. This is a lovely quote from one of my clients, Kristen. She's in my doula village. She's also done one-on-one coaching with me. And, you know, she's in a wonderful marriage with a supportive husband, but she loves the fact that she has built her business on her own. She is, if she needed to be, financially independent. She just loves the feeling of earning her own money, really contributing to their family. And, it is the best. So you're in the right place if you feel exhausted, and you're in the right place if you're exhausted, but you still feel passionate about your doula work. You are not in the right place. This class is not for you if you want to just work at a doula agency forever. It's totally fine if you do, but this class just won't apply to you. This class also is not for you if you're happy and content with the amount of doula work that you're doing and the amount of money that you have in your bank account. And again, I just had to put another cute old photo of me in that little polo shirt I got. So I have to share this also. When I was going back looking for the dates of when, like my timeline, I found this old Facebook post in an email from when I was in Amber Lillestrom's group back in 2018. And I was contemplating making the switch. I had already started to build a business where I was online helping moms. I had a postpartum, I think it was like postpartum doula in your pocket class for moms. And it was going well, but I was getting this itch to do Doula Darcy. I started to realize I started to realize how many doulas needed help with their marketing just for their in-person businesses, and that I could help them. And I just really wanted to do it. So I asked, you can see down here, like my two questions. I feel crazy for starting over and needing to build an audience from scratch. In the past 8 years, I've built a following of thousands of moms. With this new venture, I'd be starting out with just my list of my 5 doula friends. Wink emoji. It'll be fine, right? So if I hadn't done that, if I hadn't started the Doula Darcy to help the doulas, we wouldn't be here right now. And I've helped hundreds and hundreds of doulas grow their businesses, which means thousands of families have had a doula that wouldn't probably. And what if I hadn't followed this dream, this spark right here? What if I hadn't even followed the spark to become a doula? I'd be sitting in a marketing cubicle running spreadsheets, comparing the PR campaigns in Microsoft and Hewlett Packard. Like, oh, no, with like 10 vacation days a year? No, thanks. So spoiler alert, I was worried, is everything going to be okay? It's fine. Everything was fine. My email list that started out as my 5 doula besties now has thousands of doulas on it, including you all who are here. And I am not saying this to brag. I'm saying this so that you start. I hear all the time like, "Oh, you're the doula Darcy though. Like it's so easy." Like no, I started with 0 people in my audience to sell to. I did the work and now I have what I have. Oh, thanks, Christina. Um, so I have to know, tell me in the chat, how would it feel to work less hours, make more money, and help more people than you're doing right now? How would that feel? Magical. I love this. Glorious. Celebration. So good. Okay. Yeah, it's magic. It feels like magic. Like I said before, like it doesn't seem like it's possible. It seems like magic, but it's true. The internet is, as much as we hate it, the internet is awesome. Yes, relief. Like you can breathe, like you can let go of that constant nagging of like checking your bank account or like getting to Friday being totally exhausted. Yes, Lindsay says she would feel amazing, like she has arrived. So, okay. Number one thing is that we just, as doulas, can't burn out and leave this profession. We cannot let our experience and expertise fade away because the need for doulas is not going away. We can cut back on the amount of in-person work that we're doing as we get older, as we get busier, but we cannot leave the scene entirely and take our knowledge with us. So in 2024, the US recorded 3.6 million births. That is a lot of babies, y'all. And then according to the UN's population data, globally, there's 140 million babies born per year on Earth. So, and that's going to, they're expecting that to continue to grow and rise. So every year, 140 million babies. Like we need doulas. The other evidence I want to show you is that it's estimated that doula work and birth coaching will be a $40 billion industry by 2032. Hello? Like, what? That's a lot of money. And what that shows me is like abundance mentality. There is plenty of work for all of us, plenty of babies, plenty of money that is earmarked to be spent. This quote is this was globally, but still $40 billion. And you can kind of guarantee a good chunk of that's in the US. And I can, if you want to email me, I can send you the link to this article from back in March. Okay, so the first step that you need to take, please hold while I grab my water. First step that you need to do is take your business seriously. Yes, we want to help people. Yes, our craft as doulas is as old as time, but it's 2025, babe. We're business owners, we're entrepreneurs, and the sooner you start looking at yourself that way is the sooner everyone else will too, and the faster that you will grow. I have to tell you about Christine, who is in my doula village. She was working in a bakery, and doula work was just like a little side hobby. She loved it, but she just like her job at the bakery was her main source of income. She was charging $500 a birth and treating it like a hobby. So she joined my doula village, and as she says, she just did everything I told her to do, even though she didn't think it would work. But then it did. She is going to hit 6 figures this year. And you can see that's from back in 2021. She was earning $1,500 a year. She did 3 births at $500 each. Now she's on track in 2025 to hit 6 figures, and she hasn't. This is just her birth work. This is in-person birth work, and Other things that she's doing, she hasn't even launched her online course yet. That is coming here in the next couple of weeks. So she said, and she's in Alaska, you guys. She's not in LA. She's not in New York. She's in Alaska. So she said that being surrounded in my doula village by other doula business owners really helped her embody this for herself. And you can hear her story is amazing of just, again, the mental shift, mindset shift of hobby to business was huge for her. If you listen to the Doula Darcy podcast, it was episode 22 that I interviewed Christine. The title of the episode was From Side Hustle to Six Figures. It's a good one if you want to go listen to it after. Okay, point number 2 is that this new generation of parents coming up is different. Gen Z wants to learn online. Angela wants to know how many births for Christine. I forget, but I do know she raised her rate from 500 to, I want to say 2,500 now is what she's charging. So, and she also teaches some in-person childbirth ed classes as groups. So that too. So that's how she's getting to the 6-figure mark. So she does, I mean, I want to say at the most, maybe 5 births a month, but not every month. And she quit her bakery job, by the way. And actually, so she told me the other day, she was like, she said, I have this free time. She's like, I have no prenatals today. No, she's on call, but she's not going to her birth. And she's like, I'm going to go bake for fun. And she was like, this is such a switch. Like she's turned her business into what she likes to do for fun. And now her hobbies are what used to be her job, but that she still liked. But when a bakery is your job, like you don't come home and bake more, right? So I just think that's so great. Okay, Gen Z wants to learn online. Charles Schwab said in a Wired case study that he really believes the winning combination for business is the seamless blending of the physical and the digital world. He refers to this as clicks and mortar strategy. So you've heard of like brick and mortar, like a store, a business that has walls. That's brick and mortar. Charles Schwab is saying the next wave of business is clicks and mortar. So, bridging in-person work with online services. So that's what we are here to do. And AI is never going to replace doulas. We cannot take that human personal touch out of birth and postpartum doula work. You can, though, build a business where maybe you are only attending 1 birth a month and the rest of your income is from clicks. The rest of your income is from online business. You could maybe work with 1 postpartum doula client a month instead of having to do 7 overnights a week to pay your bills. And, so that's what so many doulas, pop a 1 in the chat if that's you. Like you love doula work. You don't want to stop, but you don't want to do 5 births a month. You want to do like maybe 1 or 2 or, and with postpartum, same thing. You don't want to be doing 5 overnights a week, but maybe some daytime shifts. Yes. So that is the goal. Love it. Okay. Glad that this is resonating. So 2023 study described Gen Z students as digital natives. Like they've only ever had the internet. They're never more than an arm's length away from a device. And they're likely to gravitate toward online learning opportunities. So put a 2 in the chat if you're hearing that no one's coming to the in-person hospital childbirth ed classes anymore. Yes. So when I started as a postpartum doula in 2010, a doula friend of mine was teaching childbirth ed at the hospital, and they were doing like a 10-week series twice a week. These couples were coming, and I remember just talking to her, and she was like, "Oh, the classes aren't filling," and then so they switched to just like 1 weekend, and then soon it was like 1 Saturday afternoon, trying to fit all the childbirth ed in. Like the Gen Z just they want to learn on their couch. They don't want to leave. So here is where to start. What are you teaching? to your clients or to people over and over again? What are you saying over and over again? I'll bet you $100 there's things that you teach and or say to every single client that you work with. And so this is when it started to click for me. This was a huge moment. I was standing in the living room of a client and she was kind of weepy and her baby was fussing. So I was rocking and shushing the baby, and talking to her, listening to her and realizing I just had this like flash of like frustration. I'm helping her. I'm helping this mom, but I bet in this neighborhood, there's probably 5 other weepy moms that need to hear this spiel that I'm telling her that she's doing a great job, that this is hard. And then never mind this town, like my state, my country, the world, the 140 million babies being born, and I was only helping one at a time. I was so frustrated. So think about these type of things, these spiels that you have in your doula work that you say over and over again. Write them down, record them. And we'll get to this a little bit more, but this is where you can, at first step, save yourself time, by giving it to them in a written form or as a video, but then also packaging that up and selling it to other people. So this is Anant Agarwal, who's the CEO of edX. E-learning isn't just a substitute for traditional education. It's a revolution in how knowledge is accessed and applied. We are entering a new era. And like, as awesome as it would be for people to come in person and do 10-week in-person childbirth ed class, we have to just meet these people where they're at so that they still learn what they need to learn. So maybe you do start with an online course that you sell to the masses, but maybe you don't. Maybe you start by using tech to save yourself time and add value to your clients. So maybe record the true just childbirth ed portion of your prenatal visits that you do with clients. Make that a video that they watch on their own. So instead of you doing like a 3-hour in-person prenatal visit, they watch the childbirth ed on their own. Then you go in for just an hour and a half and answer any questions, go over it, and then do the more personal stuff with them. So they're still getting the education that they need. You are saving yourself an hour or more per client. This also, you can use this to add value to your current packages. So maybe raise your current birth package rate and be like, with this package, you also get my 1-hour childbirth ed video that you can watch over and over again as needed on your couch. And that's valued at $100. And P.S., if you're not hiring me to be your birth doula, but you still want that package, it's $100. So not only you're saving yourself time with your current clients, but you're giving yourself an option to sell and earn more income. But how many times do you talk to somebody who truly wants a doula? They can't hire you. They can't afford you, or you're too busy. Having stuff like this is like, well, I can't work with you right now, but here's this option to buy this other class information as a way to work with me for less money. So this is a great way to start earning more money without spending more time, and then actually just or earning the same amount of money but getting some of your time back. So the next step to do is to look at, where are the leaks in your business? Where are you leaving money on the table? What are you just giving away? And where can you add value to the clients that you already have and maybe charge a little bit more? What are the low-hanging fruit opportunities for you to grow? This is like my new favorite thing on my one-on-one strategy sessions, is like taking 10 minutes, 15 minutes, listening to the current setup of your business and being like, what about this? What about this? Why aren't you selling this? It's my superpower. So this is all based on what is called Pareto's principle, or sometimes called the 80-20 rule. And this means that 80% of your income comes from 20% of your efforts. This also applies to your marketing. Like 80% of your new clients come from 20% of your marketing efforts. So, um, this is what I mean by assessing your current biz. Realize what is working really well. What is that 20% that's working really well? And turn up the dial on that, and then declutter and take out the stuff that's just sucking your energy and not producing results. So, what needs to go? What can you beef up? I am a master at this, and just the conversations we're having in my doula village around this are just so awesome. Just seeing how other people run their doula business has been so great. So, what are you already teaching? And what PDFs and guides and ebooks and videos have you already made? I can't tell you how many doulas I talk to that say, "Oh, I already have this 30-page guide to interventions that I just give to all my clients." Great. Give it to them and then sell it to everyone else. You made it. I bet it's awesome. Okay, and then if you are multitasking, as I look at my phone, I just got a notification from my daughter, but everything's fine. If you're multitasking, come back, because this is the crux of it all. This is the first key to unlock passive income for yourself, and that is to solve the problems that your clients have. What questions are you hearing over and over again from your current clients? I bet you can think of 3 right now. Those, tap into that, create some kind of digital product, ebook, video, in-person class to solve that problem. And that's the easiest way to start to make money, by giving your clients what they need, giving your clients what they are asking for. So I want to tell you about the Tammy. She is an annual member of my doula village. So when you are that, you get to do a free one-on-one strategy session with me. And we just did Tammy's a few weeks ago. So this is one of those things where we did a deep dive of she runs a big agency in Pennsylvania. We talked about her business structure, and we came up with several different ways for her to weave extra income into just what she's already doing. She's not even going to add any digital products. She doesn't need to start a new Instagram or do a big marketing push. She's just going to add some new things into the structure of how her agency runs and how they work with clients. And she must have said 50 times on the call, like, "Oh my God, I never would have thought of that." So new eyes on your business is so important, because we get so embedded in our own businesses, right? That we can't even see the opportunities that are right in front of our face. Put a 3 in the chat if that's you. Like, you're just head down working with clients and you're not even seeing like opportunities for growth or things that need to change. This is why I love retreats, business retreats. Do you feel so busy working in your business that you don't ever have time to work on your business? Like I said, this is why I'm such a huge fan of business retreats. You step away from your daily life, you step away from the day-to-day running of your business, and you get like that 30,000-foot view of your business, gathering with other doulas who are doing the same thing, and the sparks just fly, and it's amazing. So, and then even just this webinar, coming to this webinar, pausing on being a doula for a second, and then brainstorming, thinking, getting exposed to different ways to do things in your business. Haven't you already had some aha moments from just being here today in 34 minutes? The best news is that there is a bazillion ways to add revenue streams to your doula business. For as many of you as there are that many business ideas. And just remember that abundance mindset. and those 140 million babies being born every year. The doulas and the products and services that doulas offer are never going to come anywhere near outnumbering the babies. So there is plenty for everyone. Okay, digital courses are probably the most popular way to add passive income to your doula business. And the topics are infinite that you could do. You can do childbirth ed, I've mentioned a bunch, how to write a birth plan, how to breathe during labor, postpartum planning, postpartum prep, newborn care, how to diaper your baby, nursery must-haves, what your nursery doesn't need. I mean, they're just this is another big thing I want to stress. You don't need to go out and get more certifications. If you're a trained certified doula, you have plenty of knowledge to share with the 140 million people having babies. So the best thing about a digital course is you record it once and then you sell it over and over again. But that is not the only option, certainly. There's limitless ways to do this. And when you're surrounded by other people who are doing it, it gets easier to dream into. So you could do virtual group coaching, digital PDF packs. You could do audio affirmations. You could do printed affirmation decks. We had someone in my doula village made Star Trek birth affirmations for one of her clients, and she showed us in our Facebook group. They were awesome. And I was like, you need to be selling this. Out of those 140 million babies, there's definitely enough Trekkies that would want to buy Star Trek. Don't you think? Star Trek birth affirmations? The other thing is you can hire independent contractors. I can't tell you how many doulas in my doula village think that they don't want to start an agency, but we chat and then they're like, well, I'll bring on one independent contractor. And then they're making more money and helping more people and helping that doula. It's a win, 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 win. You can also, add more income to your bank account by teaching in-person classes or running paid in-person groups. And, you're teaching a class or holding a group for 10 people, 15 people, and not just one. And then those classes, you're getting paid to teach the class. You're also getting paid to market your doula business. So that is another just really great way to earn more money, work less hours, and make a bigger impact. So I've been so on the digital course and product train on this webinar. I want to talk about Emily because she has massively increased her income without creating passive income products. And she's inspired so many doulas in my doula village and it just in general to do the same thing. In fact, I even had her do a whole training in my doula village on how she does this. But she teaches in-person prenatal classes and postpartum classes and just has folded those into her birth doula packages. So they're paying for it. And if they come or if they don't, so they all come. And then other people are paying to come to the class and they all get talking and they all end up hiring her to be their birth doula. So she can turn one Saturday $750 class into a $9,000 day by getting hired by several people to be her doula. This is what I'm talking about getting paid to market your doula business. It is a genius move. So I'm begging you to just start. Don't wait for things to be perfect. There's a big learning curve as you start to do stuff. So just start. The sooner you start and the sooner you work out the kinks and get going and get earning and get helping. I wish I had started on my passive income journey when my kids were little so that I could have been home with them more when they were young. So pick the niche you are most passionate about in pregnancy, pregnancy, birth, postpartum, whatever your doula work is. And that's the area you want to focus on creating content and products for, and then launch it ugly. It's never going to be perfect, but you got to get it out there so that it could help somebody. Yes, Launch It Ugly has become, I didn't even make it up. And I can't remember where I heard it, but it is totally my new life motto too, Christina. Okay, let's riff on this and I will just show you kind of the client journey that you can imagine bringing people on. So if you want to take a screenshot of this, this is it. This is the plan. Um, and so, I mean, I've just been doing this for so long in the online world, coupled with my 10-year career in marketing, like my brain just spins out on all these. So here's what you want to do. Think about a path that you're guiding your dream clients down. So these prices are not like set in stone or suggestions. This is just that an example. So the first thing that you'll create is a lead magnet, which is something that you give away for free in exchange for them entering their email address. So then you have your email address and you can begin an email conversation with them. And then in your email conversation with them, you introduce that you have this $37 just digital download of products. And then later that you have this $97 mini course and then a $400 big offer. So that is the path you want to be kind of thinking about. So how that looks for a birth doula is like, think of a ladder that they're climbing up as they get to know you. And before you freak out that there's 20 people on this call who are getting this idea, just stop, okay? Abundance, remember. There's a million ways that you can create your own path. But for instance, a birth doula could create a lead magnet that is just a free guide, 3-page PDF of, a birth doula's guide of what to pack in your hospital bag and what not to pack, what to leave at home. And then so people enter their email address with you, they get the guide, and then they get your follow-up email, what's called a nurture sequence, where then you say, hey, if you liked that guide, like you're probably trying to write a birth plan now, like get my $37 birth planning checklist that I have created as a birth doula of 5 years, and I use this with my clients. You probably already have one if you're a birth doula. And then you can sell them a $97 class on the questions they need to be asking their provider to have a safe birth or whatever, or maybe you're all about VBACs or whatever. And then that leads to some of them will want to buy your full-blown digital childbirth ed class. So if so here's the thing, you're thinking of this as a ladder, a path that they're walking down. If you are a birth doula, you don't want your free lead magnet to be my guide to baby-led weaning, because if you're baby-led weaning, like your baby's 6 months old or whatever, they're not going to need a birth doula for another year. So you want birth and postpartum doulas. Your lead magnet has to be something that they need in pregnancy, early on in pregnancy. And again, I know I'm whipping through this, but it's because I get excited. So pop your questions in the chat. Okay, postpartum doulas. Here's an example of a postpartum doula, what you could do. Postpartum doula could be like your free lead magnet could be 5 nursery must-haves, a postpartum doula's guide to what you probably didn't register for, but you're going to really need, something like that. Because you want it to stand out from just the free lists online of what to register for. And then they give you their email, you're in communication with them, and then you can say, hey, listen, as you're planning for having your baby, like buy this recipe bundle of healthy, freezer-ready meals that you can make now before baby comes. And then a few weeks later, you can sell them your class on establishing good sleep hygiene. And again, you don't have to be a certified sleep consultant. If you are, great. But if you're a trained postpartum doula, you have a lot of tips, right? For settling baby, establishing good sleep habits, all those kinds of things. And then that leads into your bigger, full-blown digital postpartum class. Now, this is a guide, this is a plan, and I want to show you how you're like walking clients along a bridge and solving the problems that they have as they have them. That is what I'm showing you. I do not mean you have to make all for three of these classes. There are a lot of people out there that are making a lot of money with just a $197 class. Um, in fact, one of the videos in my doula village is an interview I did with Kylie from birthworker.com, and she talks about when she first got started. I think she had like a $47 download thing for childbirth ed, birth planning, something that she was selling every month and making like 10 grand, selling a $47 um, product. So you don't need to do all of these, one of them. Oh, Jasmine says her marketing is horrible. You have found, you have come to the right place, Jasmine. I love the marketing side of things. Pregnancy dialogue facilitator on top of being a full spectrum doula of nobody that will book a class with me. Okay, I love talking like a total sidetrack, but like instead, and you're not saying this, Jasmine, but instead of saying like, oh, I stink, no one comes to my class. It's probably because you're not marketing it. No one's buying your services because they don't know it exists, not because it sucks. Okay. Oh, Helene, great question. She wants to know what website would you use to charge for these digital downloads? So there's a lot of different options. If you have a Squarespace website, Squarespace has this built in. If you have WordPress, there's like a WordPress widgets, like the WooCommerce widget that you can use. And then there's tons of programs. I use Kajabi. There's Thrivecart. There's they all just flew out of my head. There's so many options. um, oh, Karen teaches body ready birth method workshops. Yes. Um, Yeah, so right, some classes like that you have to do in person, but like you could so switch this around, like teach a body ready method class in person and then at the end sell them your digital how to write your birth plan using what you learned today in the body ready method. Like that would be amazing. So always again, this bridge, this ladder, like what do they need next? That's like a no-brainer. Yes, take my money. Um, yes, you can create all this on Canva. You can't sell it on Canva though, Dana, which is what people are asking. So I can get into that more at the end. I don't want to get distracted. We're almost done. So I want to introduce you to Kelly Blinn. She had that same sneaky feeling that I did when I was talking about being in that living room, only helping one mom at a time. Kelly is a very popular in-person childbirth ed teacher in Columbus, Ohio, but she was getting frustrated teaching the class to one couple at a time. And meanwhile, she also knew that people of color needed more access to childbirth ed from people of color. And it always bothered her about, she's in Ohio, but she knows, as we all do, about the medical deserts in the South where people just can't, they have to drive 2 hours to go to their prenatal appointment. They're not going to drive another 2 hours to go take a childbirth ed class. So that was the big driving force for her to make her digital childbirth ed course. She calls it Your Birth, Your Options. It's awesome. So now she can be with her kids in Ohio and sell her childbirth ed class anywhere. Oh my God. Yes, Sherry, there's 59 counties in Georgia with no prenatal care access. That's crazy. So the other thing is that she can decide, she's done the work. She's created the course. She's put the time in. She's sold it. She's already been paid. So now she can decide when and where and how she wants to discount that or give it away to underserved communities. And that has been a real blessing for her. It's easier to do pro bono work when it's a digital course. We all want to help these underserved communities, right? But let's be real. There's only so much in-person pro bono work that you can do as one human being. So when you have digital products and digital courses, though, it is very easy to give those away to the people you want to give them away to. The other thing is when you're earning more money, you have more money to give. And that is a great feeling. And that truly is how we're going to change the world. Can you imagine if all the doulas were millionaires? What the world would be like? It would be an amazing place because we would spend our money so consciously, we would change the world. So I love this quote from Oprah. Surround yourself with only people who are going to lift you higher. That is just key as you start to do this. Because put a one in the chat if you already have people in your life that are like, oh, so you deliver babies? Oh, must be, oh, you're a babysitter? Like, oh, how's that little doula business going? Like, wait till you tell them that you're starting to build a digital course. You don't need their negative voices in your head. So make sure to have a support system around you of people who will believe in you, cheer you on, or at the very least, just not tear you down for going after a dream. So find your inner circle. This is evidence-based, y'all. It has been shown that the key to success for female entrepreneurs is to have an inner circle of close contacts. So this was in entrepreneur.com in May of 2024. Women with a close-knit support group earn more, access better opportunities, and experience greater career satisfaction overall. We need each other. So this is the study I was just talking about by Kellogg in 2025. They studied female entrepreneurs and male entrepreneurs, and the successful female entrepreneurs, the top tier of them, attributed their success to an inner circle, a close inner circle of other female entrepreneurs. 77% of them lean on a core group of peers who help them rise. It's evidence-based. You have to surround yourself with an inner circle of people who are going to cheer you on. Everything gets easier when you are in the rooms with people who are also doing this. So I don't know why you signed up for this webinar or why you showed up today, but I'm very grateful that you did. Thank you. Maybe you're frustrating that you're spending so many hours away from your family. It could be that you are feeling physically depleted and tired of just barely paying your bills every month. Or maybe you've heard all the buzz and excitement around how other doulas are having success with a hybrid business model and you wanted to see how you could make it work for you. Maybe you're bored, you just wanted to come hang out with me. I don't know. But here's one more thing I want to say. Laura and Ollie will get to that in a second. I've been talking a lot today about the money because money equals freedom. Time, location, freedom, financial freedom. What did I say? Time freedom, financial freedom, and location freedom. When you have more money, you just have more freedom in all areas. But here's the thing, it's not all about the money. Money is nice, absolutely. This is about the impact that you can have. This is about those 29 counties in Georgia that have no access to prenatal care. This is about the people that you can help. Yes, Karen needs to be out of state for 4 months for a family medical situation, so she's looking for ways to generate income while away. Yes, your business and your impact helping as a doula shouldn't have to stop because you have to go take care of a family member. Okay, so what I do know is that you have a choice. You can stay stuck and keep spinning your wheels, living on the edge of burnout, or you can make a change and commit to grow. Commit to continuing to serve in a way that doesn't burn you out. So you are invited to join us inside of my doula village, my special community for doulas. Inside my doula village, you get that inner circle of close contacts. You get access to me as your experienced mentor and coach, and you also get the training and information that you need in our video and audio library. And these are the top 3 things that you need to create your own hybrid doula business. The value inside of My Doula Village is bonkers. You have direct access to me. I give everybody a website audit. There's the video library of trainings, and then we have office hours twice a month. And then every month I also give you a social media prompt calendar for the month. So you get a calendar with an idea of something that you can post every day that month. I just had someone tell me that that's worth $97 alone. And then because I mentioned before, so many of the doulas in My Doula Village are bringing on one independent contractor here and there. We've added a 3rd office hours session every month. We have an office hours session specifically for agency owners and people who want to be agency owners. And those have been so great because, I've had my agency for 8 years. There's people that have bigger agencies for more years. And there's most of the doulas that are starting to bring on that very first independent contractor. And to be able to hive mind and just share with and learn from everybody. There's doulas from all over the US and Canada. And just to hear how the different ways we all do things. There's so much to learn. It's awesome. So the support you get, the encouragement you get is priceless. But if I had to put a dollar amount on it, all these things add up to $2,897 in value every single month. But the crazy thing is it only costs $97 a month. And you can join for the year and pay only $970. That gives you 2 months free and the option to book a one-on-one strategy session with me. So I have to show you Leslie. She owns Mother Nurture Maternity. She's an IBCLC. And when she joined My Doula Village, she thought that launching courses and digital programs was something that happened to other people, but not her. And she had her lactation practice, and so she thought like her digital programs would be her side hustle. And that has totally switched. She's on track for her private practice to be her side hustle now. And she's able to do quite a bit of pro bono work because of the program that she's now running that's online. She says she doesn't think it would have happened without observing and being surrounded by everyone and having a mentor like me and soaking it all in like a sponge. So it's truly amazing what Leslie has built. It's so awesome. Yay, Christy. Yes. Christy enjoys being part of My Doula Village and wants to come on a retreat soon. I love it. So when you join at that annual rate of $970, you get that monthly value, you get 2 months free, and then you get to book a one-on-one strategy session with me. So that's a value of $3,800 and you're only paying $970. This is by far the absolute most affordable way to work with me as your business coach. And one more thing I want to say. Yes, Christina came to Maine a couple weeks ago. Can you believe that was only a couple weeks ago? I feel like that was a year ago. Like we're all different people since being on the Maine retreat. Here's what I want to say. I am not special. I built a thriving postpartum doula business and replaced my corporate income faster than most doulas, but not because I'm special, but it's just because I had a marketing background. I use those marketing principles from my previous career. And now, like I said, people are like, oh, you're the doula Darcy. I put in the work. Took all the classes. I made the mistakes. I learned from the online business gurus. So if I can do it, so can you. And I just want to help you collapse time and get there faster. So I truly, with My Doula Village, created the thing that I wished I had, not only when I started my doula journey, but when I started my passive income journey. I mentioned all those online experts that I learned from, and it was fabulous, but none of them understood the doula world. None of them had I mean, this is a bizarre world, you guys, right? So none of them ha had that experience or lens to look through to help me. But that's what you get with me inside my doula village. We have this private Facebook group. We have the monthly office hours for just general doula stuff, and then the special one for agency owners. You have video and audio trainings. I say it's like Netflix. You just go in, there's so much in there. You go in, you use the search bar, you watch what you need when you need it. And then you get to be invited to our main retreat. Oh, Dolores, I love that. You have a new agency. So yay, taking it all in. All right, Lauren's ready. If you're ready, you can join right here. I just put the link there. So this is another Tammy who's in my doula village. And Tammy, I love talking about Tammy because she was a nurse and she was just getting sick of those long shifts. Oh, Lauren, sorry. Lauren is already in my doula village. She joined a couple weeks ago. So Tammy was sick of working long shifts as a nurse, but she still wanted to help mom. So she became a postpartum doula and started her doula business and joined my doula village soon after getting certified. And exactly 1 year later, she pulled into the main retreat house and she had surpassed her income from her nursing job as a postpartum doula. And it was an amazing celebration for her. It was so cool. And she says she couldn't have done it without the support from my doula village. And yes, so the main retreat is a bonus for being in my doula village. You have to be in my doula village to be invited on the main retreat. I do this every year in May and October. And it is just the best. To be holed up in a house with like 10 other doulas for 4 days is just the best. We have the best conversations. We laugh hysterically. We cry. Yes, Yvette was there. We work on our businesses. The growth and expansion are truly indescribable. Okay, the other bonus is that social media prompt calendar that you get at the beginning of every month. You also get your hands on this. It's an idea for every day of the week on what to post every month. And you get a website audit from me when you join. And you get my Instagram top-down tip sheet. So just those bonuses are a value of $444. So honestly, you can join for $97 and you get this $444 value in those first 30 days. Karen wants to know how we can connect with any of the doulas on this webinar today. You can message them here and get their email address, or you could, probably the easiest way is go into my free Facebook group, the Doula Marketing Group, and say, hey, who was on the webinar today? And connect that way. Yeah, because I can't give out your email addresses if you were here. So honestly, you can join for 1 month in my doula village for $97 and you'll get the website audit, the social media prompt calendar, the Instagram tips. Boom. That's $444 in value. It's amazing. So again, it's a monthly membership. There's no minimum commitment. You can join for 1 month and then cancel. Or highly recommend joining for a year because you get to book that one-on-one strategy session and you also get 12 months for the price of 10. So it's a deal. And then remember the bonus I mentioned. Karen, if you join my doula village, I'll do the audit after. I'll do it later today, actually. So I wanted to do something special for those of you who are ready to take action today on building your passive income. So when you join my doula village live right now, while we're on this masterclass, you are also going to get this bundle that I created that I'm calling the Doula Passive Income Kickstart. It's an exclusive set of tools to help you take the very start for. Oh, Karen. Okay, I'm sorry. That's why your name looked familiar. I will do it later today. So, with this Kickstart bundle, you get 10 passive income ideas for doulas, a quick start guide with proven ideas you can launch fast, complete with suggested pricing and the tools to use. Some of you were asking about that. You also, in this bundle, get the Doula Passive Income Brainstorm Workbook with prompts to help you uncover what you already know and what you already do in your doula practice that could become your first passive income offer. By the end of this workbook, you'll have 3 products all ready to go. It also includes this idea prioritization matrix, which sounds complicated, but it's actually a very simple tool that helps you choose which idea to start with based on what excites you the most and what will be the easiest thing for you to create. So just taking the overwhelm out of it. The last thing that's in this bundle is the first $100 passive income plan. It's a step-by-step checklist for creating a simple 1-page resource and then promoting it and selling it to your current and past clients. So you don't even need to launch a marketing plan on Instagram or anything. This is that you can sell to the people you've already worked with and hit your first $100 of passive income quickly. So you get that now when you join my doula village on this call. I'll put the link in the chat to join. Oh, it's just started raining. So when you join, this is what the video library looked like. And I mentioned that some of the rock stars of the doula world are in the My Doula Village library, the interviews I've done with them. So you can hear from Kylie from birthworker.com, Fierce Lizzie, Hee of Tranquility by Hee, all tell their stories of how they started to build passive income digital courses. And yes, you only get that passive income bundle if you join today while we're on. Or shoot me an email for some reason you can't join this second. But it's for if you join today. So that's just some of the what it looks like in the video library. So you are here because you just want to help people, right? You want to help people without feeling fried, though, without missing out on time with family. You're here because you feel deep down in your soul that you're meant to do this work as a doula, but you're tired. It doesn't have to be this way. Don't let your lack of having a hybrid doula business model be the thing that holds you back from doing this important work. Don't let that be what pushes you to have to go back to some other job to pay your bills. And you're here because you know the world needs your doula experience and your knowledge, and you want to keep doing this into your later years. Here's what some of the doulas are saying in My Doula Village. Okay, Dolores says, if joining today, is there an availability to speak today? I can't shoot, because this is a Zoom webinar. I can't switch it to where like you guys can come on camera, but you can. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have in the chat. If you join today, do you mean joining at the annual rate and booking your strategy session? Because I could make that happen. I have yeah, we could do a call with you later today. I have a call at 2:30 and another one at 3:30, but after that, I totally could, Dolores. Let's go. So this always comes up. People say, I don't have time for this. I don't have time to join another program, but there's no time commitment in My Doula Village. I don't chase you down. There's nothing you have to do. There's a lot there. It's like a smorgasbord and you come do and take what you need and what you want to do. And joining My Doula Village actually collapses time for you and saves you from spinning your wheels alone in a vacuum. The other thing people say is, I can't afford this right now. So I look at joining my doula village is actually saving you time and money. What you learn is directly applied to you bringing in more income. So it's a business investment. Um, so, like I said, I would love to have you join us. Okay, Dolores, you're in Arizona. Perfect. I'm on the East Coast. Adina says she's been mostly on hiatus for the past 6 years due to move, then COVID, then health. I need to do that this way if I'm going to restart. Thank you for the kick in the pants and all the great ideas. Happy to kick anybody in the pants anytime. Especially if it's about doula business and marketing and online income. So let me know. I think I did a good job of answering questions as we went. I'm going to make a note to send that to Lauren. Any other questions? Ooh, Sherry's trying to join. Can't be blank. Thanks, Christina. Um, maybe, I don't know, Sherry, shoot. Sarah, I glad you enjoyed it. I hope you join. We have one doula from Australia who's in my doula village. And we have a couple in the UK, a good handful in Canada, and the majority are in the US. So I'd love to have some New Zealand people. And actually, I was just at the Dona Summit and met Carolyn, whose last name just flew out of my head, but the Dona doula from New Zealand. I think she might live in Australia though. She's amazing. Um, so yes, I mean, everything. So yes, if you're not in the States, um, everything I teach and everything we do is relevant no matter where you live. Marketing's marketing, business growth is business growth. So, um, and so absolutely would love to have you join. The issue is time zones, but like I said, we have Katie Allen from Australia who she'll sometimes just gets up early or stays up late to come to office hours. I try to move things around so we're always um, getting all the time zones. Yay, Raisa from Saudi Arabia. I'm so glad you got um, something out of it. Yes, this is location agnostic. I love it. I agree. Okay, Dana wants to know, does the doula village help with the business side of things, or are there other fees? There's no other fees once you're in there. Um, but what do you mean by the business side of things? So I have office hours. I'm just on Zoom for 90 minutes and you can ask any question you want. So Dana, if you clarify like what you mean by the business side of things, so sometimes people come to office hours or they'll post in the Facebook group, like, I'm trying to get my EIN number. What are your tips? And you get doulas from all over the world that share their tips. I also need to mention that it's the nicest group of doulas. Like, there is not a whiff of competition or mean girl attitude. Like, no, we just, everybody is cheering each other on. So everybody is super helpful. And there are doulas that just started yesterday. There's doulas that are still finishing their training. And there's doulas that have been doulas for 15 to 20 years and everything in between. So it's a beautiful community that's truly helpful. So Dana, you can absolutely come post in the Facebook group, ask your business questions, come to office hours, ask your business questions, and there are videos in there about like how to set up your Google business profile, how to set up your Instagram bio, things like that. Okay. All right, Sherry joined. Yay. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Meaning if I need help with the doula business, contracting work, contract is there fees for those kind of things. So I do sell my postpartum I sell a postpartum doula contract. I sell a independent contractor contract for postpartum doulas that are separate from my doula village, but when you're in my doula village, you get a coupon code to use. Um, but if you need help with the doula business, so I hope that clears it up. Like, happy to answer any and all questions. And I mean, that's like a common thing that comes up. It's like someone will post in the Facebook group, like, hey, I just had a client who hasn't paid their last payment. They're 35 weeks. They just said they want to cancel. Like, what would you guys do? And we're all like, here's what you could say in your email to her. Like, here's what does your contract say? Here's the clause you could add to your contract. Like, those are the kind of conversations we're having all the time. Like, how would you do, so it's like the business side of things, like, how would you structure your contract? And also, like, I had a client whose dog pooped all over the floor. Like, what would you guys do? Stuff. So, I mean, everything. So yes. So Dana, I hope you'll join. We can just get in there and start answering your questions today. Like I said, I have another call in 15 minutes with actually a one-on-one strategy session with one of the doulas. And then after that, I will just be hanging out in the Facebook group, welcoming in new members. Um, oh my God, yes, we talk. Oh, that's another great thing, Christy. Oh, yes, Christy's in my doula village. Yes, we talk about the pros and cons of different doula business apps. Like the people that use Honeybook chime in, the people that use eDoula Biz chime in, the people that use, should we keep going with Doula Match or not? Like those kind of conversations are priceless to get honest feedback from doulas that you will know, a trusted group of doulas that are out in the world using all the same software, apps, services, like what's a waste of time, what is a must. Those are the kind of conversations that we have that are just game changers that save you time, money, frustration. It is just the best. So yay! I hope to welcome many of you into my doula village. Listen to, if you're not ready yet, that is fine. I have a podcast, the Doula Darcy podcast. I have a free Facebook group, the Doula Marketing Group. Go join that. There's also great conversations in there. And what else? Follow me on Instagram, the Doula Darcy. Send me a DM. Tell me you were at this chat today. Let's stay connected. I want you all to grow. I want you all to stay doulas. I want you to be successful. I want you to earn money doing this job that you love without it wearing you down. So thanks so much for coming today. Yay, Dolores just joined. Yay. And I will hopefully see you all in the My Doula Village Facebook group. And reach out. You can email me, Darcy at thedoulardarcy.com if you have any questions. Sherry, I think it was you that was having trouble, but then you did get in. So that's good. I don't know why it wasn't working, but feel free to reach out with any questions at all. So thanks. Have a great day.